Hello, this is Coach Kemi with How to Think. I am so glad that I'm doing this. Brendon Burchard suggested we do this and upload it, and I am so looking forward to it. I'm actually going to talk using the 10 essentials for a multi-million dollar expert empire that Brendon shared with us. And what I do is called a company called How to Think. There is a way of thinking. If you do not think right, you cannot be right. You cannot do right. You will not be right. There isn't anything you do that will be right. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. You are what you think. You're not what you eat. You're not where you go. You're not who you're with. You are not a result of your genes or your parents. It doesn't really matter, all those things. What matters is how you think. How you think. The body has such great ability. The brain was made and created to reconstruct itself, to create things that happen. You can make things happen if you want them to happen. It's up to you. You can make good things happen, you can make evil things happen. But whatever you sow, you reap. And I know Brendon Burchard is reaping what he has sown, and he has shared so much with us. So based on how to think, I want to use those 10 points as well and share with you that if you've listened to his video and you're thinking, oh well, here he goes again saying all this stuff that doesn't work, let me tell you, it works. It's up to you. It depends on how you think. So the first thing he said, to have a multi-million dollar expert empire, is you've got to have a subject that you speak on. You've got to have a subject that you speak on, he said. But what are your thoughts? When you read that, when you heard that, what did you think? Okay, oh well, a subject I have, I really can't talk about this, and I can't talk about that, and maybe I shouldn't talk. Who's going to listen to me? Already, you have shot yourself in the foot. Simply by thinking negatively about something you can think positively about. You'll be amazed at the people on the face of the earth that are ready and willing to listen to what you have to say. Yes, you, exactly what you have to say, not what someone else has to say. There are some people that will never hear me. Some people will never hear Brendon Burchard, but they will hear you. They will listen to you. You will go where maybe we cannot go. Meet people maybe we will never meet. Meet people that may never click on our website and download what we have to say, but they will click on yours. They will listen to you. What is that subject? Like Brendon said, what is that subject? What is that subject? Pick it up. It doesn't matter how little it is, how inconsequential you think it is. Think about it. Think and think right. I can do this. I will make it. Let's go to number 2. He says we should also have stories that have credibility, and you can make a connection. I have a story. It's the story that has led me to this business, How to Think. It's a personal development training business, and it's also a coaching business. You need to hear my story. And let me just tell you a little bit about my story. My story starts with marriage. I was married for 16 and a half years. And I have 2 lovely children. I actually have a grandson. He's 14 months and 16 days old today. And my marriage broke down. And I'm a Christian. I did not want my marriage to break down, so I stayed at it. But my marriage broke down and I had to have a separation. And I left, I was left with my 2 children. But you see, I checked the statistics of what happens to a woman who has children, who goes through a separation, and then ultimately a divorce. And the statistics were bad, that such women, if they had a job before they get laid off, or they lose their jobs, and then they become addicts to either cigarettes, alcohol, or just something. Some of them lose their children. They have a shadow of the life they used to have when they were married with their children. And I thought, this cannot happen to me. This should not happen to me. I cannot let this happen to me. So I decided to check out what I could do about it. And I knew I needed help because you know the pain, the hurt and all that. And I thought, I need help. I'm not going to blame the man I was married to. I can't blame people. I did try that, but it didn't get me anywhere. So that's how I got involved with this. I went for some coaching. Then I decided to become a personal development coach and trainer. And here I am today. It could have gone the other way. It depends on how I think. I thought this is not going to happen to me. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Are you thinking this is going to happen to you? Today, I have my 20-year-old son and my a 20 almost 22-year-old daughter and her son Josiah. He is the most beautiful guy in the world, and I would not have it any other way. And I'm so grateful that I went through that pain to get to this beauty, to get to be able to share with other people and say to them, if you think right, you can be right, you can do right. There isn't anyone on the face of the earth that has more than you have. Anyone that has anything is because they chose to go get it. They decided, they started with a thought and said, I'm going to get this. And there are thoughts that come along the way and that help you decide, okay, how am I going to get it? You've got to decide what you want, where you're going, and how you're going to end up. So let's go to number 3. I like this one, strategy. And I added tactics. You've got to have a strategy. That's what Brendon said. But you've got to think before you can get a strategy. And let me tell you the definition of a strategy according to a dictionary. A method devised for making or doing something or attaining an end. To attain the end, Brendon was talking about the multi-million-dollar expert empire. You've got to have a strategy. You've got to have a method. You've got to have a plan. You want to attain something. You have somewhere you are going. You have something you want to do, something you want to be. You've got to sit down and think of a strategy. And you cannot stop thinking in your thought process. You get to a point where there is a slight problem and you go, this is not going to work. Okay, then the next thought is not a give up thought. The next thought should be, how do I get around this? How do I do this? When I listened to Brendon's video and he suggested we do this, I thought to myself, oh, I don't have this and I don't. I said, no, but I have Windows Media Movie Maker, Live Movie Maker. I can do this on my laptop. You start somewhere, and that's exactly what I am doing. I am doing this in my house, on my laptop. I had a strategy. I said, this is the end. I must make this video and upload it, and I'm going to do it. You should also have tactics, and let me tell you the definition of a tactic. A tactic is made or carried out with only a limited or immediate end in view. So my tactic was to actually get my laptop, hook it up, stand somewhere where there's enough light, and do what Brendon said that we should do. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I have an immediate end in view, and the immediate end was to record this video. And I'm so glad that I'm doing it. I hope you're getting something out of this. Sellable products is number 4. You must have products that you can sell, and he has shared that numerous times. Ebooks, audio DVDs, audio CDs, DVDs, seminars, online webinars, television. He said it all. Which one of them are you going to do? Are you going to sit down there and think, oh, how do I get a tele-seminar? Who's going to listen to me? Oh, there isn't any. Oh, I have to pay for it. I don't have the money. Wake up and think different. If you sit down with the plan of achieving, of accomplishing, of excelling, of being successful, you will find a way in your mind. You will find a way. You will find a way. I promise you, you will find a way. You will find a way. I have found a way through freeconferencecall.com. Try it. It is actually free. You can run free teleseminars. Think right, and you'll get where you're going. Have a sellable product. Don't just sit down there when you listen to all these videos, webinars. Look, people like Brendon Burchard, they're trying to get us up and out. They're saying to us, you can do this. It's not magic. You can. And I believe that you listening to me, you can. You should also have a sales process. He says you should have an online website, and your online website should add value, it should capture leads, and it should make money. Some of us are doing things for free. I used to. Free. Because I was afraid to charge. Some of us are doing things that do not add value. Our websites don't even begin to cut it. What are you? The only reason for that is the way you're thinking. What are you doing? Who says people will not pay for what you put there? And if you're a giver, you will want to add value. Look for what you can give, what you can add to people. And also, there is no point putting stuff on there if you're not going to advertise it enough for other people to look at it and say, Yeah, I want to, and you want to, that's called capturing leads. Let's, you see, when you listen to Brendon or anyone else for that matter, think right. Don't think right, you won't get it. Don't think right, you won't get it. Think towards where you're going, what you want to achieve. Once you see an obstacle, think your way around it, through it, over it. There is a way. There always is a way. There always is a way. Always. It depends on how you think. Number 6, social presence. Have social presence. He said it. YouTube, Facebook, Flickr, Twitter. Do it. Do it. Wake up. Let's all wake up. I'm awake. Let's all wake up. And you know what? I can do this. They are free. You don't have to. LinkedIn, they are free. Get on there and begin to put something here and something there. Put it on there. Or how do I get a YouTube? How do I get a YouTube channel? Read it. Go online. Go to the library if you don't have online access at home. It's free in the library. I'm in the UK. It's free in the UK in the library. Go there. Check it out. Read it up. Or ask a friend. We're in the technological age. There are people that know these things that can help you. Have friends. Think it through. Think it through and think it right. Number 7, you've got to have a system and you've got to have a structure. Nothing works without a system. Nothing works without a structure. Even our bodies have a system. It has a structure. The way God made the body is such the structure is the bone, the skeleton. And without that structure, which speaks of a certain form of rigidity, our bodies, the flesh will not be. We can't move it the way we move. So you can't move your business the way it needs to move if you don't have a definite structure. And in that structure, there should be a system that moves that structure, that causes that structure to be viable, that will bring you money, that will help you to bless other people, that will help you to motivate them. In my case, I inspire people. I say, think right. Think right. Choose to think right. Make a choice. You can stop thinking one way or another. I'm not going too deeply into how to think because it's huge. You actually change the structure of your brain depending on how you think. You change it. You can actually be more than you are. It is said that we don't use up to 1% of our brains. We don't. Can you imagine that? We've got to become experts, but it starts with how you think. I imagine Brendon thinks very differently because of what we're seeing. You know the way a person thinks from what you see. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. He also said, number 8, you've got to have self-confidence. That is key. No one's got it right. I'm sure some of you listening to this video have got some things wrong. I'm saying I didn't put this, I didn't do that. But hey, I'm doing it. I've got to start somewhere. When I do it, someone's going to say, oh, you got this right, you got this wrong. Someone's going to critique me. Someone's going to help me. And in getting critics, I get help. I learn I know what I should have done and what I shouldn't have done. And that works wonders. And we're just getting to the last 2, self-discipline. Have self-discipline. I found that in my life, I've got to have that self-discipline. Nothing works without self-discipline. It will probably work for a very short while. But if you do not, you see, this is what I say. It's either you want the discipline, you want the pain of a lack of discipline, or you want the pain of regret. Discipline doesn't take as long, and neither is it as painful as we think it is. Oh, I've got to get up at this time. But regret is huge. You can't turn the clock back. So it's better for you to think and say, okay, it's discipline, and it means I'm going to have to start this, stop this, wake up at this time, write this, discipline yourself. Well, it's time to do so. It's time. This is the time. Like Brendon says, you have a message, you have a story, you have something that somebody wants to listen to. You can add value. Where it starts really is to think right about yourself, that you are someone going somewhere, you have something to give. There isn't anyone on the face of this earth that is a waste of space. None of us is a waste of space, except we choose to think about ourselves that way, and therefore we become what we think. What are you thinking? And the last one is Have a service mindset. Have a service mindset. You can't think, you see, I found out that if all you want to do is make money, and that's all you want to just get from people, not serve people, you won't make much. It kind of smells on you. It shows on you all the dollar signs and the pound signs. Money, 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 money. It will show. And you need to make it right. You need to make it right. Well, I am looking forward to whatever Brendon has to say about this video, and the rest of you, please get in touch with me. I have all the details on my Facebook page. I'm just about to put my website online, and I'm so looking forward to adding value to people's lives, serving people how I can, like Brendon says, to live, to love, and to matter. That's what this is all about, being a blessing. Thank you so much, Brendon. I appreciate this opportunity, and I hope I can make it to Expert Academy. I hope I'm one of the 5. Thank you. Bye.